Yeah, so relationship circle, guys. Relationship circle. But you'll understand why I say that advice circle. Jasmine is here and she's answering all your questions. Welcome, Shaz.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I am good.
And you came packed.
Stocked.
This is beautiful.
Thank you.
So this is the very first set of giveaways. There are 5 giveaways. And maybe, Shaz, you can just tell us what prompted you to do this, because this was just,
So it was, we were talking last week about some of the women that chose to have their babies and not abort. And there was a particular text that came in from a lady called Charity, and she talked about how, she chose to have the baby and then her mom's got her to live with a friend and the boyfriend's in another house. And she mentioned that in 5 months, I'm going to have this baby. I don't know where to start. I financially can't afford to have this child. And when I left Full Circle and I was sitting in the car, I thought, oh my God, I'm like, here is such a beautiful, brave mom. There must be so many out there that have decided, like, I'm going to have this baby. Mm-hmm. But really, where do you start when you're a young mom? You're so lost. I mean, to even begin emotionally, then to move far away to think financially, how do I even put something together? Yeah. So these baskets were just hope. It was little hope for anybody that was having the baby to be able to say, if at some point you prayed or you worried about how could I ever do something, then it's like that hope to tell you somebody heard you and somebody cares and someone loves you and someone believes in your beautiful decisions. So these little hampers, are something to just get you started and take a little worry off being a first-time mom.
And Charity, you started this.
Yes.
And so Shaz got 5 beautiful baskets for young women out there. And, 5, but 1 is definitely Charity's.
Yes. and
so,
and Toddlers and Trends saw what we were buying yesterday.
Yes.
And they turned around and said, oh my God, it's such a beautiful cause that we'll give you 2 gift hampers as well to help any new mom out there as well. So that was just amazing.
So that's the shop where you got this. So
that's
they also gave some more.
Yes,
What's the name of the shop?
Toddlers and Trends on Biashara Street. I mean, when they did it, I turned around to my husband and I said, this is when you just believe in humanity.
That's true.
Like in a tough time, there's COVID, you could have walked away with sales, and given a small discount and never thought about it. But it's like you're there and you're like, what a cause. And she was a woman as well. And the person that owned the shop was a woman as well. And they were like, let's do it. I know.
Thank you, Toddlers and Trends, for sharing in with Shaz's course and ours as well. So we are going to be answering all your questions. And today's tag is how not to lose yourself, because you're young, because you found yourself, you're pregnant. And the questions were so many.
Yes.
We've been just getting more
3
and more
weeks
and
of
more.
it.
So we're still going to go ahead and just answer some more questions for you. We have quite a bit of time today.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that. Do we get right into it?
We get right into it.
Okay. Hi, I am Anne and I just want to ask how I can cope with education when I was raped and no one cares and I am an orphan. I need support. That we just went right into the deep end. Yeah.
So first of all, I feel people that are orphans are actually some of the most special people in the world, because you might not have a physical mother and father looking out for you, but you have people that would do anything to be able to be there for you. So you're already so special. You have resilience and a strength that many people are not born with. But I would also say, sorry for the situation you've gone through with having been raped. But education would be your power now. And so many people feel, if I don't go through this traditional norm of education, which is school and university, I'll never get a chance to be educated. But if you look at some of the most clever people who have made it in the world, not all of them got to finish or follow traditional schooling. They just had a gift inside of them and they used the ability to read anything, devour any sort of knowledge. And now, in a time more than ever, people like Tony Robbins, in fact, 2 days ago, are pushing self-education more than anything. He's somebody that says, I never went to university, I couldn't afford it, I'm this janitor, I should have never made it in life. But he went to libraries and he read books, and then he would take what he learned and use it and teach it. So education for you doesn't ever have to mean just university. There's always a way for you to be able to learn something, teach it, educate people, educate yourself. And then slowly over time, it is never too late to study. You can go back online to university, to school. Even some people who haven't had a degree, didn't finish school and couldn't finish university, it wouldn't stop them. You can always study somehow and learn something.
You know, when you started answering this question and you said how orphans are special, and it just took me back to the Bible, and the Bible says that I am the father, like God is the father to the fatherless and the motherless. So you have a parent that is, you know, above all of us. You are so privileged, and you shouldn't look at it from a point of, I am so disadvantaged, because you are not. So it's okay to feel some type of way, but then you just get up and
you have this hand of God, you have this protection that is guaranteed to be with you forever.
That's true.
And it's not a disability. It is an empowerment to know you are special enough that you are still here and you are more loved than anything. And it's people like you that create the paths for people like us. Because we learn from people like you with how strong you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Scholar. I got pregnant by the age of 19. We have never gotten along with my mom since. I did not abort. Please, advice on reconnecting again, I think, with a mom.
You know, it's beautiful. Like, I love, you know, relationships like this, because I always so many people write in and say, I don't get along with my mom. How do I ever reconcile? Could we ever reconcile? The thing with our parents is, no matter how they ever behave, even sometimes if it's in ways that could wound somebody, they always love you. They just never grew up in the way that you are growing up to know love more, to express it more. They come from generations where, you know, how do I tell you I love you? Nobody told me they love me. Nobody hugged me. Nobody kissed me. Nobody picked me up when I fell. But you are the one that's privileged to grow up in a generation that sees there's a new cycle of love. So the first step is forgiveness. Is to really forgive inside and let go of an expectation. Because we expect from our mothers to be our forever best friends. We expect that our mothers should have never walked away from us when we chose to have a child. But they just do the best they can with the resources they can. And sometimes people don't realize the gift in those relationships being the way they are at that time. Because maybe had your relationship been perfect with your mom, what if you chose not to have the child because you never wanted to disappoint her? What if now, in you not having had that relationship with your mother, there was a gift that came out of you? You are now a mom. So you understand, with all of that inside of you, however you would ever tell your child off, you will love them forever. So forgive your mom and release expectation of what that relationship should have been like and should be like, and appreciate it for what it is. It's very hard sometimes to look at gifts in life, to look at gifts in situations, and to be able to say, however hard a relationship might be to me, what am I taking away from it? Who can I be instead? Instead of me wanting someone to give me and I give back, how can I be more to my mother? How could I help my mom heal wounds she probably never even thought she had, in me being all of the love she needs now?
That's a very beautiful way to look at it. Because mostly we just look at us like, you're not being there for me. But you're not thinking about what they had to go through, where they're coming from. So when you understand that as a mom now, this is the kind of love I need, then it's easy for you to teach, or maybe just love them that way, or love them in a way that they will be like, you know what, let me just love him back, or love her back.
And why have situations, or why have relationship situations that leave you feeling disempowered? Have relationship situations that from you feel so empowered to love someone that you can leave love on your mom and walk away and knowing it's enough. I need nothing more from you then maybe a silent prayer for my well-being in life.
I am Christine. I have done an abortion just because I had a little baby, and the condition we were in was not that stable. I regret each and every time I remember this. It has depressed me. Please help me.
I know for some moms a situation like this is hard, especially when you have your own child and you think about the fact a lot of women turn around and say, here it is, I had this child and I chose not to abort this one, but I had to go and abort because of circumstance and my situation was so hard. But had I aborted this child, they wouldn't be who they are today. So what am I missing out on? And I feel nobody understands the grief, the pain, and how hard it can be for a woman to abort a baby. You're not wrong, you shouldn't be shamed for it. Nobody should make you feel guilty, but this is also something women don't share and they don't talk about because they feel, how can I be a woman if I did something like that? But nobody understands how tough situations can be. First of all, women are built with love, with this all-encompassing need to love. I mean, Mother Nature, you love everything you see, smell. That's why Mother's Day is also not just for biological mothers, but it's for mothers because women love in some shape or form.
Yes.
And now at some point, you're telling yourself that I've denied that. I didn't give that to another child. If you can be a woman of so much love, I only wonder what it takes for you to have to make a decision like that. You've weighed it, you've calculated it, you've put a stone on your heart. So it's hard. So it's for women to understand nobody wants to shun you. Like, speak about it because it's the first form of healing.
Yeah.
And then it's forgiveness. It's like grieving with time and being able to forgive yourself and love yourself. Sometimes people do a little ritual, which is not something everyone does.
Yeah.
And it's not something I would say, to honor. Like they do a little ritual where on the day that the baby could have been born, they light a candle or do something to remember the baby. But a lot of moms find that very hard. But I say they should be a beautiful way that you can still connect with that child, because I believe the child's essence and spirit will always guide you and be around you. So some women have always asked for some sort of a sign. How would I know that you're around and you still are okay? And some women have said, I see a feather or I see a particular kind of leaf or a butterfly. And when I see it, it was like my child telling me, Mom, I'm looking over you. Everything will be okay. So it's,
I think that's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
And looks like it's going to be one emotional show. We're going to take a very short commercial break. We have amazing hampers for moms. So stick around to find out how you can get yourself one. We'll be right back with Shaz after this break. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikali. How are you doing? It's Thursday and Shazmin Bank is here. We have amazing gift hampers for moms out there. We're talking about you being young, confused, and feeling like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I just had a baby and I do not have a way forward. I'm expecting a baby and I don't know what's going to happen. Everybody has walked away from me. This is the show for you. And if you have any questions whatsoever, that you had a baby, you lost a baby, that you're struggling even in old age, or to just embrace the child that you're about to have, well, this is that show for you. So 11144 will be taking in all your SMSs. So send that in. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. Okay. So the next question. Hi, Mikali, looking beautiful. Say hi to our guests.
hi.
Okay, I am 19 years old and 7 weeks pregnant, and I have contaminated HIV/AIDS from my boyfriend who has fled, and I have not told anyone. Please help me.
When people go through a stage like that, it doesn't eliminate you from society. But I'm sure you need to be able to go talk to a doctor or speak to somebody to be able to see, should I be on anything to look after me, to look after the baby? But I think emotionally, women shouldn't feel, or a man shouldn't ever feel like, I've contracted something which makes me alienated. It doesn't. It's not your fault. It's the situation that has happened. Your first priority right now is your health and your child's health. So I would say in a situation like this, you have to be able to speak to your doctor for them to be able to tell you and reassure you on the steps left for your pregnancy, what you have to go through. But you've got to be very open and honest and not feel ashamed about it.
Yeah.
It's something that's happened, but your care and the baby's care is a priority. So I would really say this would be a case where you medically go and talk to a doctor and ask them all about it. What is life like after it? What do I need to do? Is there anything I need to consistently be on, even now with the baby, after? So this is something I would say medically, you should really speak to someone. And then any support groups that you can join of people that are in the same situation with you.
Yeah.
We can take for granted the friend you can make that would turn around and just help you and boost you and encourage you. Other people that have been through the same story,
Yeah.
similar experiences, they're all out there. But they live life and they have their children and they grow up and life goes on and it's beautiful. You just learn how to manage the situation. So it's not something that should take life away from you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just because you've contracted HIV and AIDS, it doesn't mean it's a death sentence.
Yes.
I think I've hosted a lady here and I've met a couple of beautiful women doing my job that were born positive.
Right.
And they've gone ahead to have beautiful babies. So it is okay. It will be fine. So just go see your doctor and just start on the medication immediately to even protect your baby.
Yeah.
Good morning, Mikali. I'm a victim, but I'm happy that several years after, with the help of my mother, I pursued my degree and my son is already grown, educated, and working in a reputable company. That is Eunice.
Wow. Oh my God. So that's like years ago.
Yes.
And now you look at the reward of what you went through.
Yes.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Thank
That
you,
is hope.
Eunice.
That is hope for so many other people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that, Eunice. For everyone who's watching, see how it could be. It's not so bad. I'm Victor asking, what if the pregnancy can distract the girl's education? What do we do? And let's say her parents won't accept the situation. This is a gentleman asking this question.
And powerful, because I love when men just support the situations like this.
Yes.
You know, the parents might not agree now, but it would be able to like come in to have a conversation with the parents, understanding that there will be shock, there will be disappointment, there will probably be anger. You know, your parents sort of have this dream for you that never happened to them. So it's for you to anticipate what emotions will come out of them and go into the situation saying, I know this could be a worry.
Yeah.
My thought is maybe we could solve it this way. So you're already coming in with an anticipation.
Yeah.
But I would say that education doesn't have to stop if a girl can get support. If she has like a family dynamic that will be able to look after the child, she can still go to school, she can still finish university. Education is everything for women, because that education is what's going to help you look after that baby even better later on.
Yeah.
But if he's already asking this question, then it's beautiful. He would probably be there to be able to support her as well. There's a way to always work around having the child and having an education.
Yeah.
But I would really urge that there's a fear to talk to the parents, but once you're kind of done with that conversation and you digest and give them space to be able to take it in, at some point when you push yourself to be a part of your parents' lives, when that baby comes, they're going to be the first ones that want to dress it, feed it, bottle it, and look after it. So it's for you to be able to say, look, I'm sorry. I know you had dreams. You had a way you wanted life to go for me.
Yeah.
But this is how life is going. But mom, dad, I don't want to lose out on my education. I don't want to just have the baby and sit at home right now. There's a possibility we could work it as a family. So I'm coming to you for that help now, because now as your child, I need you now more than ever. And parents can't stay long forever, especially,
angry at
yes.
you or not talking to you or not wanting to
They
help
could
you.
stay angry with you, but the minute they see the grandchild, they love the grandchild.
Slowly you work your way in.
Yes.
Okay. Hi, Full Circle. I am Mac. Loving this.
Yes.
My girlfriend had a child from another relationship, and we were blessed with the child last year. Thing is, I'm having a difficult time bonding with the first child. I'm 29 years old. Kindly assist.
Okay, so a lot of people sometimes say when the child is not ours or the child's not biologically mine, I don't know how to be with the child. Everyone sort of has an instinct already. This child is just innocent. It's this beautiful being in your life. It's already looking up to you in such a beautiful role. I would say in a situation like this, move out from your head on how you should be as a role model, as a parent, as a guardian. Move into your heart. Because your heart is where you will love this child unconditionally in a beautiful way. So you move out from the noise on what I should do or whatever noise that comes with how this child is here. You've chosen to be in this child's life. So this child deserves to see the best of you and get the best of you. So when you come into your heart, you're able to see the child for who it is. And if you look at the positives in the situation, you'll see and experience already such beautiful unconditional love from the child to you. The child doesn't look at you as, I won't love you right now because you are not my biological. So we shouldn't do that to the child either. There's no perfect rule on parenting. There's no perfect way to be able to parent. Sometimes you make mistakes and that's okay. That's part of parenting. But the fact that you're here and you're asking a question already shows you love this child and you want to make it work. So it's a day at a time. Spending time with this child in a different way. Painting, drawing, if it's a girl or a boy, going outside, playing a little football. What would the child enjoy doing that you can get involved in their world? Could you be the person who reads to them and puts them to bed at night? So you find a different way to bond with this child, see this child in a different light. So it's baby steps, but I would encourage you to see what does this child love to do and how can I be part of the child's world instead of making the child a part of my world.
That's true. Find a thing that's just
Yes.
yours.
Yes.
That you can make jokes about, that they're
Yes.
comfortable doing with you, because maybe at first they wouldn't be comfortable doing everything.
Yeah.
They just know that this is a mom thing, that I do this with my mom all the time, and this is our space. So
Yes.
it's also important to note, those little things that they do by themselves and find your beautiful, like you decided to get into this relationship.
Yes.
You already have a child with this lady.
And children love to play.
Yes.
They're just so innocent. I mean, if you want to be a character in my game, like absolutely bring it on, and they'll tell you exactly which character to be and where to sit and how to stand on one leg and what to do. So it's about you being able to be the child inside of you, to be a child with this child.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Paint the nails.
Yes.
Let them
Braid
paint
the
yours.
hair.
Braid the hair.
Let it be a mess.
Let it be. And please allow them to do the same to you. You can do with a little lipstick if it's a girl. Why do young girls lose their identity after getting a child early? How can they get back on track after that?
This is a beautiful question. You lose your look, for a young girl, first of all, going out and what to wear was the hardest decision.
Yeah.
That's what consumed your world. Suddenly there's a baby, and what do I feed the baby? How do I take care of this baby? How do I make sure I'm everything and I should be perfect for this child? I just feel sometimes mothers lose themselves in this role because you worry so much about being perfect for a child that already thinks you're perfect. Like the minute you hold it to that child, there's nobody else that could ever be my mom. But we worry and we stress so much to do extra things for these children that we get tired, we get mentally exhausted, we forget to talk, we forget to share, we forget to ask for help. We forget to be able to say, could somebody look after the baby for an hour? Because I feel for young, early moms, a half an hour to 1 hour quiet tub bath to a shower is underestimated. You need that time to be able to also come back within yourself. So I love to tell young moms, you have an identity which is a mother, but you also have a personality and identity which is yourself. Yourself, which is also your goals, your dreams for career, for relationships, for marriage, for so many different areas of your life, spiritually, mentally, in every area. All of who you will work on to consistently be is who your child will learn from. So never take away from being able to still work out during the week. What is it I still want to do with my life? Where do I still want to go? Assess who you want to become. Your child is a part of you, because remember, at some point you want to be whole enough that when your child leaves home at 18 or whatever age, you are not feeling there's a void. You feel so full because you're ready to live life. So continue with the hobby that you still love. Take time out to watch maybe a series that you love that puts a smile on your face and makes you feel energized. There's nothing worse than a burnt out mom, mentally and emotionally, who's still looking after the child, who's crying and feels lost. But there's something beautiful about a mother that doesn't feel guilty or feels it's selfish to self-love. Because that fills you up to be able to pick a baby and be able to be like, I can tolerate you crying. I can tolerate you being colic. I can do this the whole night because I'm full and I took care of me. And if there are men who see women are exhausted and tired, offer to help a young mom. Be able to say, I'm going to look after this child for the next hour or so. If the baby cries, whatever happens, I'm taking care of it. You go for a walk. Go do some exercise because it makes you feel great. Something small for you. Talk to your friends. Get back together with the girls. Share stories. Connect about life beyond the child. Moikali, it is so important for women to be able to have something beyond the baby.
Yes.
Because there's something powerful and refreshing when you come back to your child.
I think it's beautiful. And I don't know if our moms knew about this growing up, but I see the modern young moms have taken time to be like, I need a momcation.
Right. And something you can do whenever, for women, I love to tell women, if you're exhausted and you haven't done your hair and you're absolutely tired, but you still want to feel beautiful and feminine.
Yes.
Do you know what you should put on? The cutest, sexiest pair of pink panties. Under your jammies, under whatever is going on. If you wear the cutest lace panties, and this is what I tell women, you want to feel feminine, just know down there underneath this whole mess nobody's seeing, there's still a spark going on, and it's about to come out soon.
Take home.
Yes.
For all the young mothers out there not feeling so good about themselves. We're taking a very short commercial break. Remember, we're giving away 4 beautiful hampers this morning. One is already charities. She sent in a text last week on Thursday. And all you need to do is just talk to us, share your story with us. Are you a young mom expecting to get a child? Are you a young mom who's already having a child and you're finding it difficult? We're also taking all your questions. 111 444 111. That is our SMS line. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mukali. It is us celebrating mothers this whole week, and today's no different. We have 4 amazing hampers from Toddlers and Trends.
Yes.
And Shazmin Bank as well. And we're looking for 4 mothers to walk away with a gift hamper. This will help you, it will just help you feel confident and be hopeful and be like, what, it's okay. It's not all, gloom and dark and dull, that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And that is what we're trying to just push on today as we answer all your questions about you being young and being pregnant and being confused and not knowing what to do, or losing your baby as well. So all of that right here. But what you need to do for you to walk away with a hamper, please share your story. Share your journey with us and why you need this hamper. So what will they do to you? And we'll be definitely mentioning some of the amazing women who will be walking away with this by the end of this conversation. Right now, though, let's take more questions.
Yes.
Okay. Where are we? Here we are. Hi, Wikali. I'm Tasha, and my baby is 9 months old. I had him at 18, and it was tough. In the process of it all, I tried to abort, but mtoto, he didn't come out. This baby is just so beautiful, and living with the pain and guilt is at times overwhelming. How do I get through this? My name is Pato from Marsabit. That's another one. That's another question. Okay.
So she didn't manage to abort.
Yeah, so she tried. So there's the guilt of the baby's here I'm loving the baby. The baby's beautiful, but deep down I know I tried to terminate it and it didn't work out.
You know, for women like that, I feel you have a power story. You have a story one day that you can tell your child, there's a reason you were resilient. There was a point in time in my life, because I'm all about being able to talk to your children openly and share with them, because it encourages your children to grow up and know, I can have thought of making a mistake, I could have made a mistake, my mom didn't, or thought of one, but look at where I am, look at where she is. I feel you've got this beautiful child with you. There's no point holding on to any sort of pain that just will take up space inside of you that could just be love or focused on somewhere else. Remember, wherever we focus, our energy goes.
That's true.
If you're going to keep focusing on what could have happened, sometimes we get attached to the comfort of what that pain could bring for you. But there's so much joy on the other side of it. So it's being able to say, or looking at the situation and saying, I'm going to reframe this powerfully. My baby is a fighter and I'm a fighter. And somewhere deep inside, the fact that I didn't want to get rid of this baby, there's somebody out there that heard me. God listened to me and gave me a chance to one day share my story so I can help somebody else. Because I believe all of us go through something in life, and that story is never for you. The story will be to help one person out there somewhere. And that's what your story could do. You're this beautiful 18-year-old. You've got a 9-month-old baby. Already life is so different for you at 18. So be softer on yourself now, because there's a long, beautiful journey to go through. I'm telling you, when you're 28 and you're 29, you look back at the situation and say, did I spend so much time and energy feeling bad? We all do that. But we have choices and we have options with where we choose to emotionally live. So we have to be able to be responsible with our emotions. So be aware every time you start to feel sad and you start to feel negative, turn it around and look at the fact that that isn't your life right now. You are not dealing with that. And so now you condition your mind to not move into a habit of feeling sad, but you condition your mind and body to move into a habit of feeling grateful and happy about where your journey will take you.
Just love.
Yeah, and be kind.
And be kind to yourself even.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself. When you do that, I think everything else will just fall into place. But you're human. And yes, the baby's here. My name is Pato from Massabit. I've had broken for 2 years now. And days are moving and I'm 20. Manze na daikuoa. Wow, this is...
Not married? Yes, I see, I got it. I got it.
I don't know why you're stressing at 20.
You know, when you are like, I feel when you're like 16 to 25, I just feel in life you're like the bud of a rose. You know, you don't know how you'll bloom yet. You don't know what color will come out yet. But you just are this beautiful bud that has possibility. Inside of you, you're sort of making everything. You're understanding life. You're coming to be. And I feel 25 to like 30 is kind of like when you start to blossom and open up as this beautiful rose. You understand that I've got all these thorns and imperfections. I'm okay. I'm learning more about me. And I feel like 30 plus, somehow as a rose, you learn to weather the storm. You learn to stand through the rain, the sun, whatever garden you're placed in. You understand that you are a beauty in any situation. So I feel enjoy the time that you have right now. You're in your 20s. There's no rush to get into a relationship that will probably end sooner than it should have lasted, because you're still figuring out who you are. You're still trying to find out where you fit in the world. What we do when we're so young and we're looking for this love is we're forgetting the love is inside of us. So I don't need to look for love externally. I am looking for someone I can share my love of who I am with. Because at some point you have to also learn not to have expectations in these relationships, because there's always ups and downs. So when you're 20 and you're 21 and you're still in your early, 20s, enjoy it. Meet people, talk to people, learn what kind of a man you'd want in your life. Learn the kind of person you are when you respond to different men. Do some men take your power away? Do some men give you more power? So learn yourself at this age now more than ever, so that when you meet the right person, you turn around and say, yes, now I'm ready.
It is so true. I'm a believer. Right there, guys.
Yes.
Right there. So where are we? Hello, ladies. I'm Anne. I'm 23 years and a mom of one. My baby daddy lives outside Kenya, and I haven't seen him in 2 years. He visited his daughter once when she was 8 months, and now she is 2 years, 8 months. He says he loves us, but his actions always speak otherwise. What can I do?
Well, situations like this, I don't ever feel, there's a right or wrong, correct way to be able to be. Many people will turn around and probably tell her, you should leave, you shouldn't be with him. This is a situation only you internally deal with, and you would know what to do.
Yeah.
You've got this beautiful child that you're focusing on, but at some point you need to be able to decide, what kind of a relationship do I want to end up being in? Because there are many men out there, who travel and have to, because of today's day and age, and they have children with their wives or their partners, but they make an effort, if they can't travel back, to FaceTime, to voice call, to check in on the mother, to say that, look, wherever I am, I'm working hard for us, and I appreciate what you are doing for us as well, but we are still a team, and we've got to be able to work at that with long distance. But in situations like this, when you're all alone and you're left alone, and you have somebody that chooses to come into your time when it's available to them, you need to be able to decide, in my clock, am I optional in anybody's time?
Yes.
Should I be an option for when somebody chooses to love me and give me attention? Or should I be there all the time when somebody wants to love me because that's what I want to do to somebody back? So I always tell women, when women will write in or ever say, he talks to me twice a week, or he talks to me once in a while. Are you worth twice a week? Are you worth once in a while? What's your worth first?
Wow.
Because sometimes women don't realize,
That's true.
I'm worth way more than 8 months and nothing.
Yeah.
And you're doing the hard work, you're raising the child, you're dealing with the emotions, you're going through life, you're putting a part of your life on hold for a baby, then at some point you need to be able to put part of your life back on track for you.
That's true. That's true. All the best with that. A lot of questions are on parents not talking to their children. Girls feeling guilty for what they did. What kind of support should a mom give to their daughter without necessarily being mad at their situation?
I fully get that you can be upset and you can be mad.
Yeah.
But what I would also encourage moms to do is be able to understand that you can process your emotions as a parent. Your child that now has this baby is completely lost. And now more than ever, they're just looking at you literally like that little child that they were, to be able to say, Mom, somehow make this better, or let me know I got this. Or if there's nothing negative to say, just tell me I'll be a good mom.
Yeah.
Something that will just boost me to know the choice I've made wasn't wrong. And no matter how hard it can be, I feel, for parents at that point to be able to just, sort of not take it out on the child consistently, or let them know you've done something wrong or you've sabotaged their lives. Because I don't believe that. I think if you've chosen to have the baby, life isn't over. There's still so much more possible for who you can be and what you can become. There are people who get to the peak of 40s and turn out to be the best they ever thought they could be. So it's not that if you have this child, life has stopped for your child. It's now for you as a parent to probably step in more into a parenting role than you ever thought. It's not that you did anything wrong, because a lot of parents feel, did I just not spend time with my child? Did I not talk to them right? Now is not that time for all of that guilt. This is the situation at hand. So you need to be able to deal with the fact, how does my daughter need me right now? Talk to her, ask her, what are you going through? What are your fears? How can I step in to make sure I'm there for you as a mom now? And I'll let you know that you're not on this journey alone. We'll do it together. You work through your emotions and I'll work through mine. And one day we'll probably laugh at the fact that, do you remember when that happened? But look at where you are today.
Yeah.
I think there's always the possibility to tell people when they do something wrong. There's always the possibility to tell people how they're feeling. But I feel you need to be able to lift people up. And you can be 40, but when you go to your parents, you will still be a 5-year-old child, and you will behave like a 5-year-old child, and that's just a part of you that comes out because it's the safest place to be. So any parent listening, I would say be able to put whatever disappointment you have aside for the new possibility of who your daughter or your son would be able to do, because you are now going to encourage them to be responsible in a way they probably don't believe as a youngster they can do, but with your help they can.
Just focus on the blessing as well.
Yeah.
It's a whole new child.
And a new chapter.
And a new chapter just starting. A lot of moms may be asking themselves, how do I react? I think this ties in. How do I react to my 19-year-old coming to tell me I'm pregnant? What would you advise these moms?
So this is what you do. Give me a second.
Okay.
And then you walk out of the room and you bite your hands really hard. And then you breathe and you walk back into the room and you say, so I'm assuming we're now having this baby. How do we do it together? That would be my suggestion.
Okay.
Because I feel, look, in a time like this, your child, I don't think parents understand the fear or the courage it takes for a child to have to come and say, not that I'm pregnant, but underneath what they're saying is, I think I've made you angry. I think you'll disown me.
Yeah.
I've broken your full trust. I don't think you want to look at me as a child anymore. Am I worthy of being your child? So they are telling you I'm pregnant, but underneath, they're saying a whole bunch of things that they need reassurance on. So when your child is telling you I'm pregnant, the beautiful ideal situation to be would, we will do this together. We'll figure it out. I also need time to be able to digest it, but I've been a mom to you, and you will be a beautiful mom yourself. Let's see where this journey takes you, because it's going to be for the rest of your life. But as a parent, I'll do whatever it takes to make sure not only emotionally and mentally you're okay, physically, because that's a big part of your body changing.
Yes.
And some children feel I have to hide that. So I don't keep putting it in my parents' face to, experience their anger. But whatever way you can also financially help, because that takes a bit of a burden away from the child to now focus on a whole way that they're changing from being this teenager to suddenly being a mother. Like, you need to be in a right space so you grow up also not taking your anger out on the child. Not growing up being the mom that you took away from me my possibility. You ruined ties with me and my family. You don't want to look at this child as a mistake. You don't want the child to ever feel that in the womb, because they feel all emotion and all thought. So from the beginning, you want this child to grow up confident and healthy, and to be able to understand support systems can come together, but they matter in the toughest times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Mikali and Shazmin.
Hi.
I am Massey, young and around 6 months pregnant now. A hairdresser, but not employed. I find myself worrying about baby stuff, finances, since pretty soon the baby will come. And it's hard to shake the worry out because I can't even raise money for a scan. I'd really appreciate a hamper for my baby and I. So these are the kind of SMSs we're looking for. For you to walk away. You can ask questions as well, but if you share your story with us, then you stand a chance to just walk away with an amazing hamper. And maybe Shaz, you'll tell us what's in the hampers.
Yes.
In just a bit. And I'm Betty. Since I got pregnant 4 months ago, my husband didn't want the baby. He treats me badly by shouting, kwa job or kwa nyumba. I have a small kid and I'm worried what will happen because he's not appreciating anything that I do. I'm young, don't know what to do. I feel bad because I'm even having headaches often.
There's a power when a woman can share her story with somebody else that would be able to help her.
Yeah.
In a situation like this where the husband, has you probably feeling alienated and you have nowhere else to go, it's never the truth.
Yeah.
There are always people out there that want to help you. And so I would wonder, would it begin with your first friend circle on who you could speak to situations like this, and where you can get somebody to be able to talk to your husband as well and explain to him, I've got this child, the child's growing up already experiencing this, I'm pregnant, my body's changing, I'm already emotional as it is, and when you treat me this way, this is not the time and place I ever want to feel this way. So You need somebody to educate a man to be able to say that we shouldn't treat women this way, period, but we just shouldn't treat women like this even when they're pregnant.
Yeah.
She's carrying your child. There has to be a part you're responsible to understand you chose to also interact without being safe. And now that you're about to have 2 children, it's not fair you get to act out on her. There has to be some sort of fear behind you on men can't behave this way. What you're doing is wrong. So if there's anyone she could be able to speak to that could talk to him and educate him on how to be able to be around her. But I would also encourage her to voice and to speak and to say, I don't appreciate you talking to me that way. I'm not going to take you treating me this way. If you're having an anger fit, please do it outside, not in front of the children. When a man sees that there's a strength a woman has in voicing, he also learns to step back, because he learns I can't walk over her consistently. There could be a point where she could leave, so I better treat her right, or I'll probably lose my whole family.
And
So
not
she
just
has to
her, it's the
verbalize
whole
it.
family.
Exactly. So women need to believe in themselves to be able to stand up for themselves in situations like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our time is quickly running out. Weeks high. Oh God, Wikali. When I think of how depressed I was, baby daddy disappeared when I was pregnant. It reached a time I even Googled how to abort, but then I didn't. Nilikuwa tu nachemsha majani mingi. But wapi, I ended up liking chai so much. Anyway, my baby is here, almost 3 years, and it's been the best decision I ever made. Plus, I'm now married. There's always hope. Say hi to Shaz. She inspires me a lot.
Oh, thank you, and I love you.
Hi, full circle. I'm Ruth. I've been having a relationship with a guy for like 7 months now. And then I realized I was 2 months pregnant. But then after telling him of that, he said that this is an unplanned pregnancy, and so I should abort it since he has so many other things he's focusing on right now. He doesn't talk to me right now since this isn't his priority, but I have decided to keep the pregnancy.
So you decided in keeping the pregnancy to be able to make yourself a priority. So as a man, if he's not willing to be there for you, you've already chosen you. You've already chosen to have this baby.
Yes.
I would say if you walk away from a situation like this now and show him that I'm strong and I can be my own woman in a situation like this.
Yes.
If and when you're ready to ever be a part of it, then I want you to be a part of it where you'll never ever make me an option again.
Okay.
There has to be some point 2 people take that responsibility, and she chose to take it. And as a man, if there's too much else going on in your life, then you know what? Then I deserve to be able to make myself, my child a priority, and fill my life up, because you know what? I'll create energy for new people to walk into my life to love me and that child.
Absolutely. And I love the fact that she said, I chose to keep the baby, so you're in control.
Yes.
And we have our winners. Our time is up, Shaz.
Yay!
I went by so fast. So winner number 1 says, Hi Mwikali, I'm a young mom and it's been pretty rough for me. I got paged last year, April, and had my ray of sunshine in January. Got fired last year in June after my female boss found out I was pregnant. I've been living on my savings ever since. I'm still trying to get a job, and seeing my baby gives me strength to move forward regardless. Please give me the hamper. Thank you. That is Rosaline. Your number ends with a 793, starts with a 714. So congratulations, Rosaline. Hi, Mwikali and Shaz. I'm a mom. My daughter is already 3, and I thank God. I have a neighbor of mine who was a student. She gave birth on Sunday.
Wow.
We are all excited for her, but her journey has been tough since no one knew she was pregnant. Her mother only found out when her water broke. She has a pretty baby girl, and her mom has a 2-month-old baby. So please, I would love to gift her for her to feel loved and appreciated. That's beautiful.
Love that.
That's a good neighbor.
I love that.
0713, it ends with a 928. You walk away with a hamper. Hi, Mwikali. I'm Sheila. I'm 19 years old with a 5-month-old baby. 5 months old baby. The baby daddy ain't present, but this kid makes everything beautiful. I'm going back to school to shape our future this September. Good for you.
That is brilliant.
And we have, hello, my name is Hannah and I'm a teen mom. to a bouncy baby boy. My story is that I love this baby so much, but at times I feel like throwing him away because I really don't have time for myself. Even starting to hate this baby because he's always putting me on the wrong side with everyone. I mean, everyone thinks that I don't know how to take care of this baby because when he starts crying, he doesn't stop until someone takes him. I think this was a mistake having this baby. I have no one to turn to because the people surrounding me think I am a failure. But deep down me, I know that I'm doing my best, especially since this is my first baby. The gift hamper would really boost my hopes and brighten my days ahead as a teen mom. Yes, you get a hamper.
Yes.
You
Could
get a
I say
hamper.
something so quick?
Please.
This is what I would tell you. When you feel overwhelmed with the child, move from being a perfect mom, move from the noise of what everyone else tells you on how to be as a mother. Only you know, and only you will ever know what your baby will need. And it's okay if the baby stops crying with somebody else. It doesn't mean you're a bad mom. It means you get to run to the washroom, wash your face, get fresh, accept the help, but be careful and build beautiful boundaries around yourself to the noise of other people. You're a beautiful mom that chose to have this baby, whether you're a teenager, you're 30, you're 40. Nobody tells you how to be a mother. You're discovering it, you're learning it, You're perfect. This is a little gift and hope to let you know you're already doing it perfectly.
Absolutely. Shaz, thank you.
No, thank you guys. You guys are beautiful.
Thank you, and Toddlers and Trends on Biashara Street.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for gifting these amazing moms. We're taking a very short commercial break. We will be right back. This is Full Circle with Mukali.